Have you ever wondered what it would be like to visit some of the most dangerous places on Earth? From treacherous mountain peaks to lawless jungles, and even radioactive wastelands, these places are not for the faint of heart. In today's video, we're taking you on a journey to the most dangerous travel destinations on the planet. Each of these locations comes with its own set of risks. Some are nearly impossible to survive, while others test the limits of human endurance. Would you dare to visit any of these places? Stay with us until the end to find out which one is the deadliest. And before we begin, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more thrilling travel content. Now, let's dive into the world's most extreme destinations, if you dare. 1. Death Road, Bolivia. Tucked high in the Andes Mountains, Yungas Road, better known as Death Road, is one of the most dangerous routes in the world. This infamous stretch of highway winds through narrow mountain passes with sheer cliffs that drop over 2,000 feet. With heavy fog, loose gravel, and blind turns, the road has claimed thousands of lives over the years. Though a newer, safer highway was constructed, thrill seekers still flock here to bike down the perilous descent, navigating hairpin turns and unpredictable weather. While Death Road is undeniably dangerous, it has also become an adventure travel hotspot for adrenaline junkies. Mountain bikers from around the world come to challenge themselves on its 40-mile descent, experiencing breathtaking views and terrifying drop-offs along the way. The ride begins in La Cumbre, at nearly 15,260 feet above sea level, where freezing temperatures and mist create an eerie atmosphere. As riders descend, the landscape transforms, revealing lush rainforest, waterfalls spilling onto the road, and rickety wooden bridges hanging over deep ravines. The contrast between thrilling danger and stunning scenery makes Death Road a must-visit for those seeking an unforgettable adventure. Though biking Death Road can be a thrilling experience, the risks are real, and it is not for the faint of heart. Safety measures, such as guided tours and high-quality gear, have reduced fatalities, but accidents still happen. Rain makes the road extra slippery, and fog can reduce visibility to near zero. Even experienced cyclists must remain cautious, as one wrong move can be deadly. If you're daring enough to take on this challenge, be prepared for an adrenaline-pumping journey, and remember, on Death Road, one mistake could be your last. 2. Snake Island, Brazil. Hidden off the coast of Brazil, Ilha da Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island, is one of the most dangerous places on Earth. This remote island is home to the golden lancehead viper, a snake so venomous that one bite can cause massive tissue damage, internal bleeding, and even death within an hour. The island has such a dense population of snakes that there is estimated to be one serpent per square meter, making it impossible to step foot here without encountering one. Because of the extreme danger, the Brazilian government has banned visitors, only allowing scientists and military personnel to access the island under strict supervision. The island's deadly reputation isn't just a myth, it has a dark history filled with chilling tales. Since then, the lighthouse has been abandoned, leaving the island as an untouched domain of venomous predators. The golden lancehead vipers evolved to be extraordinarily lethal due to their isolation. Without natural predators, they developed venom that melts human flesh almost instantly. Scientists visit the island to study these creatures, as their venom may hold medical benefits for heart disease and blood clotting research. For thrill seekers, the idea of stepping onto Snake Island is a terrifying yet tempting thought. While legally inaccessible, the forbidden nature of the island only adds to its allure. Some adventurers have attempted to bribe fishermen to take them close, but even getting too near the shores is risky. The island's steep cliffs and dense jungle make it difficult to escape if anything goes wrong. It remains one of the few places on Earth where humans have no control over nature, making it a true test of survival, if you dare to break the rules. 3. The Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. Known as the hottest place on Earth, the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia is one of the most extreme environments on the planet. With temperatures regularly exceeding 120 degrees Fahrenheit, this alien-like landscape is home to boiling lava lakes, toxic sulfur springs, and endless salt flats. The air is filled with a stinging mix of sulfur and chlorine gas, making it nearly impossible to breathe without protection. Despite the harsh conditions, the area is inhabited by the Afar people, who have adapted to the brutal climate and continue their ancient tradition of salt mining. Scientists believe this hostile region closely resembles conditions on other planets, making it a hotspot for astrobiology research. One of the most dangerous aspects of the Danakil Depression is its volcanic activity. The region sits at the junction of three tectonic plates, causing the Earth's crust to constantly shift and crack. Erta Ale, one of the world's most active volcanoes, has a persistent lava lake that spews molten rock, creating an eerie red glow visible from miles away. The bubbling lava, combined with the scorching heat and the presence of lethal gases, makes the landscape one of the most uninhabitable places on Earth. Travelers must take extreme precautions, as dehydration, heatstroke, and exposure to toxic fumes pose constant threats. Despite its extreme conditions, the Danakil Depression attracts brave adventurers and scientists eager to witness its otherworldly beauty. The neon-colored sulfur springs of Dalal, with their vibrant yellow, green, and orange hues, create an unearthly visual spectacle. However, stepping too close to these pools is incredibly risky, as the ground is fragile and can collapse into boiling acidic water. To visit this region, travelers must join guided tours equipped with special safety gear, armed escorts, and emergency supplies. The Danakil Depression is a true test of human endurance, offering an experience unlike anywhere else on Earth, if you can handle the heat. 4. Mount Everest. Nepal. Standing at 29,032 feet, Mount Everest is the tallest and one of the most treacherous mountains on Earth. Every year, experienced climbers and thrill-seekers attempt the perilous journey to the summit, battling against extreme cold, unpredictable weather, and life-threatening altitudes. The infamous death zone, located above 26,000 feet, is where oxygen levels are so low that the human body begins to shut down. Many climbers suffer from frostbite, hypothermia, and altitude sickness, with some never making it back. The frozen remains of past adventurers serve as haunting reminders of the mountain's deadly grip. While Everest is the ultimate challenge for mountaineers, the harsh conditions make it one of the most unforgiving places on Earth. The route to the top requires scaling steep ice walls, crossing unstable crevasses on rickety ladders, and enduring hurricane-force winds that can strike without warning. Even experienced alpinists risk their lives in pursuit of this legendary feat, and for those who make it to the summit, the sense of accomplishment is unparalleled. Despite the dangers, Everest continues to attract thousands of climbers, some of whom underestimate the risks. Poor preparation, inexperience, and overcrowding on summit routes have led to increasing fatalities in recent years. Rescue operations at such high altitudes are nearly impossible, and once trapped in the death zone, survival chances plummet. If you dream of conquering Everest, intense training, the right gear, and an expert guide are essential. Would you dare to take on the world's highest and deadliest peak? 5. The Darien Gap, Panama-Colombia border. The Darien Gap is a 100-mile stretch of dense jungle, rugged swampland, and lawless wilderness separating Central and South America. It is the only missing section of the Pan-American Highway, and for good reason. It is one of the most dangerous places on Earth. The region is notorious for deadly wildlife, treacherous terrain, and violent criminal activity. Thick, impenetrable rainforest makes travel extremely difficult, while venomous snakes, jaguars, and disease-carrying insects lurk in the shadows. Few who enter this brutal jungle make it out unscathed. Beyond the natural dangers, the Darien Gap is a hotspot for drug traffickers, armed militias, and human smugglers. The region has little government presence, allowing guerrilla groups and criminal organizations to operate freely. Many unfortunate travelers have been kidnapped, robbed, or worse. Stories of desperate migrants attempting to cross the jungle on foot, only to be stranded without food or water, highlight just how unforgiving the Darien Gap truly is. With no roads, no hospitals, and no reliable rescue services, those who enter must survive on their own instincts and resources. Despite its peril, the Darien Gap attracts extreme adventurers, wildlife photographers, and documentary filmmakers looking to capture its untouched beauty. The rainforest is home to indigenous tribes who have lived in isolation for centuries, practicing ancient traditions far from modern civilization. Some explorers attempt to cross the gap by boat or off-road motorcycles, though even these methods pose extreme risks. The question remains: would you risk the dangers of the Darien Gap for the ultimate adventure? 6. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone. Ukraine. On April 26, 1986, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant disaster unleashed the worst radioactive explosion in history, forcing an entire city into permanent evacuation. The surrounding Chernobyl exclusion zone, covering 1,000 square miles, remains one of the most radioactive and hazardous places on the planet. Abandoned towns, decaying buildings, and eerie remnants of life before the disaster create a chilling atmosphere. Radiation levels in some areas are still dangerously high, posing serious health risks to those who stay too long. Despite the risks, Chernobyl has become a dark tourism destination, attracting visitors eager to explore the ghostly ruins of Pripyat, the once thriving Soviet city now frozen in time. Iconic sites like the rusting Ferris wheel, empty schools, and crumbling apartments serve as haunting reminders of the catastrophe. While some areas have lower radiation levels and can be visited with protective gear, other zones remain too toxic for human presence. Guides strictly monitor dosimeters to ensure visitors don't stray into hotspots where exposure can cause radiation sickness, cancer, or even genetic mutations. In recent years, illegal, stalker tourism has emerged, with thrill seekers sneaking into the exclusion zone to experience Chernobyl's eerie silence firsthand. However, this is extremely dangerous, as certain buildings are structurally unstable, and radioactive hotspots remain unpredictable. Even nature has adapted. Wildlife such as wolves, lynxes, and radioactive wild boars roam freely in this post-apocalyptic landscape. Would you dare to step into one of the most contaminated places on Earth, where the invisible threat of radiation lingers in every breath? 7. Ilha da Queimada Grande, Snake Island, Brazil. Off the coast of Brazil lies Ilha da Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island, one of the most terrifying and forbidden places on Earth. This small, rocky island is completely overrun by golden lancehead vipers, one of the most venomous snakes in the world. Scientists estimate that there are between 2,000 to 4,000 snakes on the island, with some reports suggesting that there's one snake for every square meter of land. The golden lancehead's venom is so powerful that it can melt human flesh and cause organ failure within hours. Due to its extreme danger, the Brazilian government has banned visitors from setting foot on Snake Island. Only a handful of researchers, with special permits, are allowed to visit for scientific study. The island's isolation and lack of natural predators allowed the golden lancehead viper population to thrive, turning the island into a true no-go zone for humans. Even experienced snake handlers and scientists take extreme precautions, knowing that one wrong step could be their last. Legend has it that the island's last human residents, a lighthouse keeper and his family, were killed by a swarm of snakes that slithered through their windows in the night. While some thrill seekers dream of stepping foot on Snake Island, the reality is far too dangerous. With no hospitals, no rescue teams, and thousands of deadly vipers, this island is best admired from a safe distance. Would you dare to visit? 8. North Sentinel Island, India. Deep in the Bay of Bengal, North Sentinel Island is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted tribes in the world. This isolated island is completely off-limits, not because of dangerous terrain or deadly animals, but because the local inhabitants are known to be extremely hostile toward outsiders. The Sentinelese have remained untouched by modern civilization for thousands of years, rejecting all attempts at contact and responding with deadly force. Anyone who tries to approach the island is met with arrows, spears, and stones. Fishermen who accidentally drift too close have been attacked and killed, with their bodies left on the shore as a warning to outsiders. Even helicopters attempting to survey the area have been shot at by the tribespeople below. The Indian government has declared North Sentinel Island a restricted zone, making it illegal for anyone to step foot there, both to protect the Sentinelese way of life and to prevent unnecessary bloodshed. Despite its dangers, North Sentinel Island remains a fascinating mystery. What secrets lie hidden on this untouched island? How have the Sentinelese survived in complete isolation for centuries? With no recorded interactions that didn't end in violence, the answers may remain unknown forever. Would you ever risk approaching this forbidden island? And there you have it, some of the most dangerous places on Earth, where adventure and danger go hand in hand. These destinations are not your typical vacation spots. They demand courage, preparation, and sometimes even a willingness to risk it all. Whether it's the death-defying trails of Bolivia's Death Road, the lethal wildlife of Snake Island, or the radioactive ghost town of Chernobyl. Each of these locations reminds us just how powerful and unpredictable our planet can be. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these extreme locations shocked you the most? Would you ever visit any of them, or do you prefer the safety of your couch while watching from afar? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible travel content. We've got even more exciting, mysterious, and dangerous destinations coming up, so make sure to turn on notifications so you never miss an adventure. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and keep exploring the world, if you dare.